What's your favorite porn category?
BBW midget mouth worship.
What?
Is that,
BBW what?
Midget mouth worship.
You type that in.
I typed that in.
That is wild.
Yeah.
What the f***?
It's like
The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed by the hosts of this crazy-ass show are for entertaining purposes only. None of this is real. This is all cap. No one a part of this show is exposing any real information about themselves or any names that may be mentioned during the recording of this show. Cheers, bitches.
Okay, next one. I'm curious to know, if your credit score was a car, what kind of car would it be?
93 Bronco, OJ edition.
Is he a murderer?
What about you?
Oh, baby, I'm a Tesla.
Oh, my niece.
Yeah. Come on, keep it coming.
I'm curious to know, would you still have sex if you got to the person's house and they only had a blow-up mattress?
Oh, man, that's funny.
I'm curious to know, would you rather eat booty or suck toes?
welcome back to Every Day is Friday. I'm your host, Robiiiworld.
And your co-host Teddy Too Stupid.
And we got special guests here today once again.
Very
but before we
special.
introduce them, let's say the disclaimer. Look, these are our opinions. All of this is cap.
Yep.
If you're in your feelings, get
know.
out your feelings, get in your bag. And before you try to cancel us, make sure you subscribe.
Yep.
And who we got today?
Hey, y'all. It's
Hi.
Medinah.
And I'm Kiki. We're CockTales Dirty Discussions.
Y'all from Atlanta?
But we've been here a really long time.
Oh, for sure.
Where you guys originally from?
Arlington, Texas.
Arlington, Texas.
Where's
Where
that?
is that?
Texas.
I mean, well, like where? Like is it by like Houston?
by Dallas?
No.
Yeah.
It's in between Dallas and Fort Worth.
It's where the
okay.
Cowboys play.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then
Gotcha.
I'm originally from Louisiana. We went to high school together, though, in Arlington.
Okay.
So we've known each other a long time.
That's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope.
It's always exciting to be a guest on a podcast.
but
Like, I'm
nah,
always
all
like,
right.
what y'all got for us? Like, we didn't have to do nothing but show up.
All right, cool.
Oh, we got some shit.
All right. How often should women receive head?
I think as often as you want it. Some women don't like it. I like it, but I only like it from somebody who is enthusiastic and can do it well. I don't need you to be down there every day trying to figure it out. If you don't know, let's move on to some of your strengths. You know, but if you're good at it, I want it at least once a day.
Once a day?
I want it every time we have sex.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And how often is that per day?
I have sex. I don't do a per day now. Listen, when I have sex, I have a pretty healthy sex life. I probably have sex twice a night, 3 days out of the week.
Twice a night.
Yeah. So like we'll do like a full round and then maybe wake up again and do it again. 3 days out of the week, I'm good.
Okay, that's good. So three times a week you have sex.
Yeah.
6 times.
Let's
but
go on
it's 2 in
vacation.
one day.
Oh yeah, it is
Yeah.
6.
Oh,
Yeah.
6 times. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. All right, Medina. How long have you been doing voice acting?
Oh man, probably for about 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was such a.
How is that?
We went from eating pussy to.
This is every
every day is Friday. There we go. You from you?
I love it. I think it's amazing. A lot of what I do is in alignment with what we talk about on our podcast. So there's an app called Dipsy. I've voiced about maybe like 13 of their characters. So it's a lot of fun. They talk about sex. They talk about sex and sex. They're sex stories.
Oh.
Does your partner ever want you to use your voice acting skills during the phone sex?
We don't really do phone sex.
No?
We don't.
I thought
Man, hey.
Is that still a thing now?
we
think
do
it is.
FaceTime sex.
Okay.
Yeah, like FaceTime,
So like, you know,
okay.
What you be doing on FaceTime?
so what you do is, right?
You gotta set it
You
up.
gotta set the proper. You gotta get the lighting right. Ring
Okay.
light preferably. Then you know.
This is what you're doing, or this is what you expect her to do?
No, this is what me and my partner do.
Okay.
So you know, set it up. All right. get the good angle because big guys got to get that angle, so you got to get it from the down.
From the down.
And you're getting the angle of your dick.
Yes.
Okay.
And she's masturbating and I'm jacking off.
And what type of stuff are y'all saying?
We just like
say it,
wish
brother.
I was there to eat that pussy. I wish just talking dirty shit. Yeah.
I see my boyfriend a lot, so I guess that's why we don't do phone sex.
Phone sex, okay.
See, I travel a lot, so it's like
yeah,
or this is what I do. This is what I like recently started doing. I send like old sex tapes randomly while I'm off. Like if I'm out of town, I just send her a random remember this? And then she'll just be like, then she got a video.
You're so proud of this. I
Yeah,
love that. We see all the tea.
Because yesterday, I'm sorry, baby. But yesterday, right? So she sent me so I was like, damn. She just got to work, and I was like, yeah, I could have sworn you was babysitting kids today, right? So she was like, what the fuck you mean? And then I sent her a picture of me,
You nutty.
Yeah.
Those were the kids.
Yeah.
Those are the kids.
you're sick.
I know.
I like
Creativity, though.
Yeah.
Right? You put a little joke in there with it.
Yeah.
You know what I like to do? Because I don't really do the phone sex, but I do like to record myself. And you make a shared album. And so instead of just texting it, you just pop it in there.
Oh, you put it in there.
Yeah, so you put it in the folder. And so when they check their Photos app, they'll see a little notification and go to that folder. Now, of course, you need to put make it food.
Yeah,
is the album, so nobody
just in
really
case
knows. You got a couple dummy
got you.
pictures at the front, but then you just add something, or maybe they'll go back and like that old video, but you keep everything in that folder.
Yeah, that's some new shit.
And then you keep it concise, so when you're trying to find that video that you really like, it's in the folder.
It's like
a little
Google
organization.
Drive type of shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like that.
But it's in the Photos app, so y'all should try it.
Speaking of that, have you ever thought about somebody else while having sex? Mm-hmm. Like, for real? Was that
who was it?
I don't know, like, did you feel like you was cheating?
No, I wasn't cheating. It was a thought. It wasn't an action. But I just didn't really like it. And then I had a flashback to the last time I really liked it, and it was with somebody else. So I started thinking about that, so I could at least be into it so he could hurry up and finish. Yeah, that's happened. And then sometimes, people will do things or say things that makes you have a flashback. And it's like, I wasn't even trying to think about that, but you did it.
What did he say? Hold that arm right there. Oh, God, I just thought about it.
I can't remember what he said, but yeah, it was just the way he said something. I was like, you've been going through my phone and looking at old videos. This is very familiar. It's like deja vu, but it wasn't you.
That brother sneaky.
You've been going through my phone.
when did you realize he went through your phone and did that shit?
Oh, he didn't.
Oh, he did it. Oh,
no,
okay.
It just seemed like it's did you watch an old video of me fucking somebody else? And this is why it feels like the same because you're doing the same thing. It wasn't that at all. I was just, I don't know.
So you got told on yourself.
Huh?
Oh, you told him that?
These are thoughts. I'm not.
Oh, these are thoughts.
No.
Okay,
I'm
thinking you told him this.
Oh, no.
Okay,
She was assuming. She thought.
Yeah,
that
I
he
just
assumed
thought.
it.
That.
Gotcha.
So I was like,
Okay.
huh.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kiki, how long have you been cooking?
I've been cooking since I was a little girl. I remember being I was real young, kindergarten age, and I would be in the kitchen just trying to help my grandma all the time. And then eventually she let me do a few small things on my own, but I've always loved to cook, being in the kitchen, however I can help. I just don't like doing dishes.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I like doing dishes.
You like it?
I like a stress reliever for some reason. I don't know.
But yeah, long time.
What made you want to start your cookbook?
It was actually other people. So I would talk about food. I'm a foodie. I love cooking, and I was posting a lot of stuff about me cooking different things, or I would talk about it on the show, and then people on Instagram, people in our comments would be asking me oh, you should put a cookbook together, and I'm like, I'm not a chef. I just be making shit up.
Yeah.
But enough people asked me, and so in 2020, I was like, well, what else am I doing? Nothing. I'm sitting in the house trying new recipes.
Yeah.
Let me write them down and just see what'll happen. And I didn't think that I would have such a great response to it, but it still sells today.
Okay.
And I'm working on another one, and I was like, maybe I should follow up on this and really put more energy into it, because I do like cooking. I love cooking for my friends, love cooking for my family, and I just like exploring different food.
And the meals are really good.
Thank you.
So what's your to-go dish?
I don't have a go-to dish, but usually if I'm cooking for somebody, I'll ask them what they like, or try to figure something out about them, and then I'll make it. I would say in the past like 2 or 3 years, I've really been trying to explore different types of food from Black countries because, you know, like you'll ask somebody what's their favorite type of food. Everybody loves to say like Mexican food, Italian food. But I'm like, well, what about all of these other places where there's so many Black people, such rich culture, and we don't really talk about that. And I don't really be eating it. Yeah. So I was like, let me try some stuff. And I've really been doing that. So if it's somebody from somewhere else, like if I meet a Nigerian man, I'm making some Nigerian food. If I'm with a Jamaican man, I'm making some Jamaican food, you know. And
what food you making with a hood nigga from Atlanta?
Chicken wings,
something fried.
That's so
yeah,
racist.
yeah, a little mac and cheese. It's just gonna be a classic meal. Probably chicken wings.
But no,
and
a
some
lemon
fried
pepper all fish.
Yeah, but that's crazy. I don't know. Everywhere in Atlanta got chicken wings everywhere, bro.
But they're not all good.
Nah,
they're not.
Hell no.
What do you do if a man comes before you done, and he just like, that's it?
Yeah, that's a Kiki question?
No, both of y'all.
Oh, we talked about this on our show before. I'm actually not, if I'm attracted to him and I like him, I'm not offended by that. I think it is a compliment. My pussy's just that good. And so I am going to, I was probably going to maybe work a little bit harder because we're not done yet, baby. We got to keep going. But I just got to get you back acclimated. The goodness you just experienced.
Some women don't understand that shit.
Yeah, you got to look at the glass half full.
Exactly.
It's only a problem if you can tell that the person is obviously not trying to cater to any of your needs. But if you can't hold it, you can't hold it. I mean, I don't know what that's like. Yeah. So I understand. But you can. It's hard. You got other body parts. Yeah. You got hands, mouths, toys.
First round might be 2 minutes. Second round might be 5.
And sometimes I'm tired. I didn't want it to be 15. I wanted that 2 rounds. And I'm like, why are you waking back up again? What's going on? I thought we were done.
Because men be thinking like women want more. Like, you know what I'm saying? More pleasure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I think you can be efficient in a short amount of time. It's okay. It just depends.
What's more pleasing to you during sex? Like, what turns you on during sex? Like, what makes it like, okay, this add more fire to it? If your partner does,
like out of anything.
I really like confirmations. I like appreciation. I want you to tell me how beautiful I am. Whisper it in my ear. Like, do it in a very sensual way. Tell me how good my pussy is. How soft my skin is. How good my hair smells. I like stuff like that. Like praises.
What is your sign?
I'm a Libra.
I really like gratitude. I want you to let me know how much you appreciate that I allowed you to be here in this moment. I also really, really like when you slow down. Like sometimes I feel like niggas be wanting to be like jackrabbits, and it's like just slow down, calm down, let's breathe. Just be calm, relax. You don't have to do the most. Why are you sweating? We started 32 seconds ago. Like,
that hen dog shit is something.
Weight set up.
What are y'all like?
What do you mean? Oh, what I like?
Yeah.
You go first.
What? Okay. What? So wait. What do
during
I like?
sex? Like, what's an immediate turn on? You're like, yes, I'm so glad this happened.
Shit, you gotta slap the shit out of me. Like talk that shit.
Okay, so you like it rough.
Yeah, like talk shit, and then just aggressive.
Okay. You ever had somebody slap you too damn hard? It's like, hold on.
Hell yeah, like my shit got water. Yeah, my shit.
What did you say? Are you like more?
At the moment, I was about to react. We're not gonna say it on camera, but I low key like I called her, a bitch, cause that shit like anybody that make my eyes tear up. Yeah,
that's a hard slap.
Yeah, it was because she was trying to be sexy with it, but her finger done drag across my damn eye. I was like,
did she have nails?
Yeah, yeah, she had nails.
She probably understood too. Like, ooh,
yeah. But ain't gonna lie, sex was good after that. Right after that, yeah, because I was kind of like mad about that shit, so I was taking it out on her about that shit.
So me, okay. I don't know. I like bro, just eye contact, eye contact, and just like I don't know, just doing just dirty shit, just like just
what's dirty to
you?
I
was say
how dirty.
Like you want your booty hole licked, you want to spit in it,
you want her to pee on you. I heard you get excited when I was talking about peeing earlier.
I didn't get excited. I was just like, hey, that's R. Kelly, you know. But no, like just like I don't know, like just talking dirty to me, like if I nut. She swallowed it, spit it out.
You want her to do all the nasty things.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then like just I don't know, like what
can she call you names? Like mean names? Like you know how sometimes y'all be fucking us and want to call a slut bitch.
She just can't call me a bitch.
Could you imagine if she was like, you bitch ass nigga?
Yeah, I couldn't do that. Yeah, turn me off.
No, not me.
All I just like,
You would
man,
like
rip me
that.
out my drawers. I've been acting brand new.
What's the difference between dating a woman and dating a man? And which one would you prefer?
Definitely a man.
A man?
I have dated women, and we briefly talked about this on CockTales. Dating a woman, it made me realize like my toxic traits and how much that I can't date a woman like just me and a woman. It was just, it was too much. It was too much. It was just too much. And I like the laid backness of men, and there can only be one dramatic person in the relationship, and it just needs to be me. And it was just, I need to date a man.
Yeah. What do you mean by dramatic? Do you feel like you're
Everything has to be a conversation.
Gotcha.
And it's one thing if it's like me and a man in a relationship, and like every now and again we have to have these conversations because he needs to have them or I need to have them. But when I was dating the one woman that I dated seriously, every other day she had a different issue, and they really weren't even issues. I was like, oh my gosh, bitch, another conversation. And it was really hard to get rid of her. Yeah. I was like, I'm done. Like when I was done, she was like, oh, we need to talk about this. We don't need to talk about this. I'm done.
Conversation. Shit.
And then she wanted me to pay her back for things that she paid for. I was like, a nigga would never do this. Well,
Have y'all ever squirted?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it better when it wasn't at my place, because then it's like I got shit to clean up now. Well, not shit, but like I got to clean up my sheets. They're soaking wet. Nobody wants to lay in this. And it was in the middle of the bed, so it wasn't like we could scoot to one side or the other. It's like fun's over. Got to rip the sheets off.
yeah, I'm not too much of a squirter.
Okay, it's squirt pee, right?
There's a little bit of pee in there. There's
Thank
traces of pee.
It comes out of the same
Same thing,
spot.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like mixed with like nut and pee,
I guess so.
right?
So for us, is nut pee?
No.
But
come out the same spot.
like how y'all's is like very clearly this one thing. When women are coming, it could be different things. The vaginal secretions are different. That's just like in our pussy walls versus this squirting thing. And it's like when you squirt, it's not like the same as when you have to go and actually use the bathroom and relieve yourself. But it's like if you lick somebody's ass, nah, you better hope they cleaned it, because it's a little same hole.
You don't
remnants.
want no dingleberries down there, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, no marinated assholes.
Yeah.
Speaking of ass eating, do y'all like any ass ate?
It's okay. I really prefer to be the eater. But
Eater.
but I like it sometimes. But I like doing it.
Why?
Why?
Yeah, why?
Because she would have draws in a relationship. That's why.
No, I don't. But it's like in sex, sometimes I do like occasionally, depending on the dynamics of the relationship.
Right.
During normal times, it's like if I can do this thing and you let me do this thing where it's like really I'm more in control just for this quick moment, I like it. And then it's also something that's like so taboo and people act like they don't like it or they act like they would never do it. And I see you in this group conversation, but when we go back to your place, you scooting to the edge of the bed and lifting your ass up. I know what that means.
What is with this scooting?
Because y'all, well, not y'all, but men a lot of times are really shy about this thing for obvious reasons. And so I think that it's kind of like testing the water. It's like the first time you're about to do something with somebody, you know how you can be a little timid.
Yeah.
To like make the first move and they don't know what you're gonna think, and it's like just go ahead and scoot.
I feel like dudes don't like to ask that shit. Hey, babe, you think
nobody. The first time somebody asked me to eat their ass, it was a guy, and he was like whispering, and he was like a really tall man, and ordinarily he would be loud. So I'm like, what are you saying? Like, I can't hear you. There's music playing. We both breathing.
Wait, but did you make it welcoming for him though? Like they like, you open.
I had never said no to anything that he had asked for before, so I felt like there was no reason that you should have thought. And it's like I was already doing cocktails. You know what time it is.
Yeah.
But then I felt disrespected because when I got down there to do it, I was like, it stinks. And now I'm rethinking my whole day, it doesn't always stink. I expect you to shower and wipe your ass really good. Yeah. But I'm like, are you one of those niggas who feel like you can't wipe your ass good and you have the nerve to invite me back here? You hate me. And now I'm confused.
No, see, before sex, you always gotta have that little scrub down. You gotta have that.
Yeah, you got to.
That's every time.
What's going
that's
on?
a problem. Now, this is like
that's what made me
like,
rethink everything. But I did try to get not with him, but with someone else. And I was like, okay, see, this is normal. This is what I thought it would be.
So
Okay.
hold on. So the nigga that asked, excuse my language. So the dude that asked,
He was a nigga, yeah.
Oh,
Y'all don't say that word?
no, we can't.
No, we do.
Oh,
we can.
okay.
It just we got
'Cause
Caucasians in the room.
Oh.
Nah, Eric's black. Eric's black.
Eric's black.
Eric's black.
But no. So you saying the first nigga that asked you to eat his ass, you didn't eat his ass?
No, I went down there and I was like,
Like you didn't say
Offended.
I told the story in the show so many times. I said it smelled like a rhinoceros back there. Like it smelled like the zoo, and you are wrong as shit for this. And I'm gonna tell this story till the day I die because you are wrong.
Oh wow. And then the next is like
The next guy, I was a little nervous, but everything about him was like way more in order. And he was just a lot cleaner in every way, and he just had his life together better. And I was like, you know what? I need to pay more attention to other signs in his life, not just sexual ones, before I take a trip down south again.
So can you explain the She's Orgasms brand? Explain
I can explain the product, but the product is an herbal supplement. And
I was like, what are we talking about? Is this something you came out with? And no. I get what you're saying. Okay.
No, but She Orgasms is an herbal supplement, and they have pill form, but they also have like a rum honey tincture. I like that one because it's faster acting. Like you take the tincture, put it on your tongue. It does have actual rum and honey in it. But it's just a bunch of different like herbs and supplements that are really good for you, that'll help you achieve an orgasm. And outside of an orgasm, a lot of them are just good for you. And there's now I forget the name of the actual pill. I guess it's Heat Orgasms, but it's a pill for men now that has the supplements that are good for you guys, for your blood flow. And even some people just take them like vitamins every day.
It's called a honey pack. That's what it is.
No, not the honey pack. I'm saying it's
that.
from She Orgasms, that brand, but there's a line of supplements for men.
Oh,
the honey pack, I know what that
taken
is.
the honey pack?
Yes, I have. So
Did you
explain
So it's
that.
got
So
some
do
of that.
you?
So like the honey pack,
Yeah.
the honey pack, She Orgasms, the gas station pills, a lot of them, the main ingredient is going to be maca root. Maca root is something good that is good for your libido, men and women, and it's good for blood flow. So a lot of them have that. But then there's all these other supplements that different ones have. Some of them, I don't suggest buying anything from the gas station because a lot of them have a lot of crazy chemicals that'll give you headaches and heart problems, and like you don't want to die like that. But it's just a brand that's all about being your true sexual self and exploring it and feeling good about it and being unashamed about it. I tried the honey pack because I also saw it like on Instagram.
Did it work?
And it did. And
Okay.
I was like, is this just for men? I was wondering, but I was down to try it. It's a little honey.
So what did it do to you?
It just made me hot and bothered.
Hot
and
and
I was like,
bothered,
oh,
gotcha.
I
In
want
like
to
a
fuck
good
something.
way? Oh.
Yeah.
It was, we started working with a company called Via Hemp, and they sent us an assortment of edibles. And there's one called High Love. We got a coupon code to check our page. But they mix aphrodisiacs with CBD and THC and all of that, and that one's good too. I mean, I just think people should feel good when they're having sex, and sometimes people, for whatever reason, your diet or your life or your stress, you might need a little help. And it's no shame in getting a little help. And even if you don't need help, it's like,
No, it just.
so what? Take it
we
and
don't
see
need
how
it,
it's
but
elevated.
we like to perform. You know?
Yeah, we like to, especially on
we-
the first date. Like,
Yeah.
first date, you about to hit.
You be having honey packs before the date?
Yeah, of course.
Or like in the middle of the day? Wait
No,
a
okay,
minute.
well, put it like this.
So we're going to
So the
dinner and
honey
you
pack-
already popping honey packs?
Yes,
Nah.
of course.
Nah, if you know for sure.
For
if it's
sure,
a
yeah.
How do you
guarantee-
know for sure? You paid her?
No.
No, of course, no. We don't.
no.
We don't do that
I don't do
anymore.
that. No.
Oh.
He don't do that anymore. I
Don't
never
do that
did
anymore.
that.
Oh.
I'm just joking. I never did that.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe either one of y'all.
How much you ever paid for pussy? What's the highest you ever paid for pussy?
7,000.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At least you
Thank you.
Hold on,
How much
hold
you paid for pussy?
Y'all not gonna like me 100.
Ew, what type of female was that?
She didn't speak English, huh?
So how do you know for sure that you're going to smash on the first date?
It's just you can tell.
But how can you
Not on
tell?
the first date, but on a date, like after a date.
What
You know
are the
I'm saying?
signs that you
The
can tell?
signs is I don't know, like, hey, what we doing after this? What we doing after we go to this restaurant? We're going back to my
Well, I
crib.
meant before the date, because y'all was talking about eating the honey before the date starts.
Yeah, a date. I'm talking about a date.
Oh, you said
Okay.
before the date?
Yeah,
No,
before
I-
the date. Like,
I
it's
sneak
date
it in.
night.
No,
On your
I-
way out, spray the cologne, pop my honey pack. Let me go pick her
Yeah,
up.
that's what I say. Like after, like I sneak it in. Like, hold on, give me one second. Use the bathroom real quick.
Oh.
I go pop it. Or if I got time to do it at the house, then I'll do it at the house. Yeah.
How long does it take for you to post someone you're dating until you post them on social media?
To be honest.
Yeah, be honest.
Be honest.
Oh, I'm
'Cause
about
I'll
to be
tell
real
you,
honest.
I am too. I don't really have.
I'm not doing it.
Hey.
I mean, if you happen to be in a post, I'm not gonna be doing the most to like, you cannot be on here, get out of the back of my story. But it's like, I also don't like when I see people's pages and it slowly turns into a couple page. It's like, oh my God. Y'all do shit separate. I'm tired of seeing him.
Like post every Valentine's and Christmas. And
Why
shit.
does that upset y'all?
What?
When you start to see people post their significant other?
Because I'm not in a relationship. That's why.
Okay.
Oh, it's just a little bitterness.
Just a
and
little
jealousy.
bitter. That's
Well,
it.
if it's like somebody like say I'm a fan of somebody and they start just posting like couple content,
It's
like-
killing the fantasy.
yeah, it's
Are we
killing-
saying couple content like they're about to have a couple's YouTuber? They're just posting their person.
Like, okay,
the
so-
holidays. You still
so
want
I'm thinking about.
So if I follow somebody for
couples
comedy,
YouTube.
so if I follow somebody for comedy videos, and they start posting couple videos, it's like okay, it's starting like I get what you're saying. It's starting to turn to a couples page instead of like what I initially followed that person for.
Okay, so they
feel
can't
me?
change.
Yeah. So, but some people like just don't know how to keep it separate. Like me, I'm in a full blown relationship. Nobody don't even know. Like, and I don't.
And why not?
Because I like to keep. She's my piece. She understands.
You wanna keep it
Yeah,
separate.
social media and my piece is separate. Social media is a tool that I use to help my family out, get to the next level, and touch people's hearts and make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that can cause chaos with your piece. You feel me?
Yeah.
I get it when social media is like a business avenue for you, but then sometimes I'm like, you don't do anything professionally using your social media. You're a regular kindergarten teacher. Why are you trying to hide your person?
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Like when people do that, and it's like they say similar things, but it's like nobody's watching your page.
Or if you're a personal trainer and people don't post their significant other because you think it might affect your business, that's the
like,
issue.
what you really
That's
doing at
not.
the gym?
I don't know who's gonna date you. I am in a full blown relationship. We host a dating and sex podcast, obviously. So like I post him, but I don't go overboard with it just because that's not what I would do. I don't want to, but it has nothing to do with like this deep insight into how I handle social media. I'm gonna handle social media how I want to handle my page. And then if it annoys you and you don't want to follow anymore, that's totally fine. Also, when I do post him, I place a little like emoji over his face because that whole "you're my piece" thing. I never want to invite unnecessary DMs to him or people like start harassing. That's why I don't just tag him or show his face. But it has nothing to do with like I'm looking at people like, oh my God, if my page turns into a couples page, you got if it does turn into a couples page, that's just what the fuck it turns into.
No, and true. But look, like I said, I don't care. I love to see love. You know what I'm saying?
So do I.
But it's just one of those things where like not posting your significant other because like, bro, like people are evil. Like I learned from my mistake. I was in a YouTube couple. You know what I'm saying? So I know, hey,
with the person you're currently with?
No, with my ex.
Okay.
And we still friends to this day, but it's just certain stuff happens that like people will DM her and be like, oh yeah, Rob was with me, whoopty whoopty whoop, and I didn't know the girl, and I'm literally like next to her.
Extra drama.
Yeah, extra drama that's like that's just like, you know what I'm saying?
But I also feel like sometimes with like public relationships like that, it can make or break the relationship. Sometimes I feel like it brings up conversations that the average couple might not have. And so like you can discuss certain issues or topics and hopefully get through them. Like if somebody is dealing with somebody who's big on social media, and you know that people comment on my comments all the time. Like, I had fun with you last night. Have you had people do that? And it's like,
or they
I don't
send
even
messages. Like people,
I don't even know who
really
you
crazy.
are. Like, I don't even know who you are. And it like, we have discussions about it. I don't get super defensive about it. I'm just like, look.
Yeah.
It is
But
what it
people-
is. And then
But
also,
it's just when it happens like multiple, like I was dealing with it like multiple times. It was just like, oh God, like, you know, like it just get overwhelming sometimes. And
But that's gonna happen whether you post your significant other or not. Because I'm assuming she still has Instagram.
Yeah.
So she can still go to your comments and see it.
Yeah, she still go to my comments, but they're not sending it to her DMs. You know
It's
what I'm
like she
saying?
has to go
some
looking
people
for
don't
it.
like. Some people, and not saying she's not ready or she's not mental, but it's just some people aren't ready to have like
Some people aren't in the spotlight and they don't want to be.
And I think that's a big thing too. It's like, okay, you can do things where you're in the spotlight and you invite all of this attention and people say whatever they want to say to you, whether it's positive or negative. And you know if the person you with can't really handle something like that. And so sometimes I do think that people are trying to be like more protective of the other person because they know what it is. And sadly, people can be so rude. It's like when I see shit I don't like, I unfollow, I mute you, I move on. It's like I don't need to say anything mean to you. I don't like the shit that you posting. Your wig is lifting. I don't like it. Unfollow.
Bye,
and you
girl.
move on. I don't want to see your boyfriend. I don't like the way his head is shaped. Unfollow. And you just move on. It's like I don't have to tell you that.
Right.
But people sometimes they feel the need to say too much, and it's like this person isn't even. They're minding their business.
I think that people should seek help because. And this, I'm talking to myself too. Me and my boyfriend, we talk about this in therapy. It's a adjustment for people to deal with someone who is in any sort of limelight. We talk about sex. I don't know how many clips have gone viral about me talking about booty holes, skid marks on sheets, threesomes. And so I'm the type of person where I'm aware enough to know that if the person's not in this industry, you're gonna have questions. And it's not something where he's like, you need to quit your podcast. And it's not like that, but I understand that you have questions and concerns, but we gotta talk about this with a professional because it's also something that I'm not gonna stop doing. So I think that there's a way that people can go about the whole, you're with somebody who's in a limelight. Just simply social media and someone being popular on social media, I don't think that's a big deal, but if that would be an adjustment for somebody, I think if you care about the person enough and you know they're not in this world, why would you not hold their hand and walk them through this process with you? As long as it's not disrespectful and controlling.
I walk through, like, I explain everything before me dating who I'm dating.
And I'm talking about far as like filming too.
Yeah, filming, like,
Bro, that shit take forever.
Like, I film, like, you know.
No, I know.
Yeah, you know. Like,
I'm asking you because, you
But another way that a therapist explained this to me and my boyfriend was sometimes you also have to check yourself with that, the person who keeps asking these questions about what you do, whether it's film or social media or podcasting, because also I don't come to your job and keep asking you all these questions about work. Some concerns and some things that maybe need to be addressed, totally understandable, but we're not doing this every time a clip goes viral. You have to do some self-work and figure out if you can do this.
Every time an episode comes out. Now that's an issue I've had with somebody who's not my boyfriend, and I'm like, listen, it's frustrating to have these conversations because you keep trying to like check me on some shit. This is a podcast, and while it is based on our lives, it's also for entertainment. And
Keyword
you don't need to
entertainment.
be putting timelines together and trying to build history books and cases on when this happened and trying to put 2 and 2 together because you're still coming up with 5. The reality is it's a podcast, and I told you not to watch it because I don't think you can handle it. Now you decided to go into the lion's den, and I don't want to have those conversations every day. Like you were talking about dating the woman. This wasn't a woman, but I don't want to talk about something that was said on a podcast that could have happened 4 years ago or when nothing was going on between us. That's not fair. Like you said, I don't go to your job and talk to you about this, and then I don't go through your journal. I don't go through a diary. Like sometimes when we're sharing stuff, it's like stuff that really we can make a joke about it now because we're through it, but at one point it made me sad or I was really in my feelings about it, and I found the silver lining and turned it into a joke because I'm over it. But it's like you get to hear these different moments. I don't go through your phone. I don't go through any of your stuff. So I would never hear what you thought about anything. So to always want to take everything that's said on the podcast and try to make it about you or something like that. Like, that shit is tiresome.
Again, half glass full. I've had to tell my boyfriend this before too. Calm down real quick, because one thing that you will do is respect what we have created. We took a podcast, and everybody can't do it with the podcast. We sell out most of our shows. We're on our 3rd tour. This is like, we've been on so many different platforms.
We created a product.
We created a product, and so you gonna have to put some respect on my name too.
Or you can move around, because I'm not doing. I'm
that
really
new
not
word I've been hearing
doing
going around.
What?
Move around?
Yeah, move around.
I was wondering, like, he's like, you move around. I'm like, what do you mean move? Like, where?
Yeah.
I
You
just
can
heard that
tell me
yesterday.
what most men wouldn't accept, and you can go join them. Because I don't need most men. I just need one, maybe 2. But, you know, not at the same time. But, you know, sometimes a girl just needs some variety.
So what do you mean? Okay, so second, you need a second man. What do you mean by that? Like,
I mean, like, sometimes I just... I don't always want to be like locked down in a relationship. Sometimes I like the singleness. I like the fact that I can just focus on what's most important to me at the time, which is not another person. And then I can date different people and just date. It's like we're not in a relationship and we both understand that. And sometimes I like it. I don't think it's always such a bad thing, especially when I know that I'm not willing or able or both to really give you what you want, what you may even deserve. And I think that you have to realize that you can like somebody a lot, but if you know that you're not going to do for them what they need or they want, why would you enter a relationship with them knowing that you're not going to live up to the standards that you hopefully have discussed? I won't do that. I'll say, I can't do that. I think it's just a matter of how invested are you in this relationship?
Yeah.
How have you dealt with the issues from past relationships, those traumas that you maybe aren't over or abandonment issues that you might have? I think a lot of people who don't deal with those, they like to keep somebody because they never really want to be alone. But I don't think that everybody does it. Sometimes I think that you happy with where you at.
The times when I have done that, like always have somebody on the side, even if I was in a relationship, I really wasn't happy with the person that I was with, but I just didn't want to hurt their feelings.
Was it sexually or?
It was a lot of things, and it was just like, and I also could do it. So it was like, yeah. But now that I'm in a relationship where this is the first time I've been in a healthy relationship, honestly, and we're doing a lot of work and healing together. I don't want to fuck that up. Right. And I can only hope that he feels the same way.
Yeah, because she used to always be like, I'm a cheater. I'm going to cheat. And she is, my man. I love him. No matter what, I love him. So it's like, I know.
And then it comes when you're not looking for it, too. Yeah. Like, it comes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
love.
Like, love. Like, because I'm telling you, like, the relationship I'm in, it was not supposed to happen. It was from somebody.
How you meet her?
It wasn't, honestly.
Like, let me tell you. Like,
that shit happened out of nowhere.
Look, I'm going to tell you this. I think I told this before. She was my high school bully.
What?
We recently connected.
How?
Like, were you mad?
Because
I'd be mad.
I love a good love story.
I can't tell you. So basically, she texted me by accident, right?
Was it a real accident?
Look, and I'm like, yo, but it was really an accident.
Okay.
Because she had another robber. Because we seen each other time to time. So we went on a date, and had my honey pack of my condoms, of course.
Did you put them to use that night?
Yeah.
He love her. He not trying to put it all out there.
I do love her. I ain't gonna lie.
I can tell by the way you talk about
your face lights up. You sit up. You smiling hard. I can see all the teeth in the back. They're very nice.
That's my baby, But
I love that.
And then it was just like we started off like, hey, look, we just friends. You do your thing, I do my thing, and it's just like she let me work. She let me do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's no question. She's my number one fan on my podcast. She look at my podcast. She don't care. She be laughing. She was like, hey, next time, maybe, don't stutter next time, but, do like this. She be giving me, you know what I'm saying? She's just there.
She's supportive.
She's supportive. And that's something that, like, in the industry, when you, like, let's say a quote unquote high value male, or you got a lot of status, or you do a lot of stuff and you know a lot of people, it's hard to, like, trust somebody with that part of your life because they either got intentions of their own. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be famous. She don't want to have a lot of followers. She don't want to, do this and the third. And I'm just happy.
She just want to love you.
Yes. Yes. Like, she just like yes. Like, she finna give me mani pedis before I go out of town.
That's sweet. I'd be like, we gotta go to the nail.
Shut up.
Love.
So,
that is cute.
So yes, but you know what I'm saying? Like, but I just hate when people fake that for social media.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I guess that maybe that's a part of the reason why sometimes when stuff starts turning into a couple's page and it's like you putting quotes on everything, sometimes it feels forced instead of like you just being happy and sharing a moment. Like, I like to see the moment.
Yeah, I like to see it.
Sometimes I'm like,
what is y'all doing?
What deal did you sign? Is it some Match.com ad? Like,
now,
what's
if
up?
the deal right, y'all gonna see my page into a
it's
couple's
gonna
page too.
Well, I know that's right.
Let me tell you something. I see some couples, bro, like in my past, like, I do social media, so I know a lot of social media. They'll be happy on the ground, but in person, they just hate each other guts. And I'm like, that's bad.
The money too good, must be.
I mean, that honestly, that's the
life.
gram or life. Because I know people who aren't on the gram and you think they're so happy, and then you spend a week in there, you're like, ooh, what's y'all got going on?
It's ghetto over here.
Y'all is in here. The kid's gonna be messed up.
And it's just, I don't
Hate
know.
to see it.
But I've seen healthy relationship and I've seen toxic relationship. And like, you can tell, like you said, you was a cheater before.
Well,
I was the toxic nigga. I was the one that was like,
you were?
I was the one that was
Why?
like, oh God. And it just changed. And I'm happy.
That's why I feel like,
Oh, he want to scream how happy he is. I'd love to see it.
like, it happens when you least expect it. But I also think what plays a big part of like finding your forever person or just love in general, maybe it won't be forever, but timing.
Because you got to be ready for it.
Everybody, the time. If I would have met my boyfriend just a year ago, well, no, we're at a year. If I would have met him just a year and a half ago, we wouldn't have worked out just because I personally was in a
different.
No, it's not even a bad space. I was having fun. I was fucking niggas. I was outside.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't ready. And then things happen in life. You get a little bit more self-aware. You want to change. Timing. And him too. If he was like, if you met me a few months before you met me, it probably wouldn't have worked. But timing, something just happens with time.
I'm telling you, it happened. Because I was at the point where it was just like, I'm tired of being a hoe.
Because it does get tired. You be like, hold up.
Like, I'm tired of lying.
I was tired of eating with a different nigga every day. I was like, this is really, and y'all not talking about nothing. This is boring.
Let me tell you what got it for me. Was that Miami fight.
What happened?
I had invited a girl over, and we ain't gonna say no names, but I had invited a girl over, and my sister, and my sister, they got in an argument. And
the girl you invited and your actual sister.
Yeah, after we got done having sex.
Why was your sister there?
Well, we was doing the podcast. So we was just having fun and doing the podcast. And I was just like, bro, like, getting an argument. And of course I gotta take my sister's side. Like, that's like by law. But it's like after we just got done fucking, like seconds. Like, she went and just got some food or something. I hear an argument.
What was they arguing about?
A parking spot or something.
Okay, so what it was originally.
Yeah, tell us.
So we ain't gonna say no names, but we were doing our podcast, correct?
In
Miami. And she came in the middle of the podcast. She was like, man, fuck your podcast. So Eric was there. All of us there. We all looked back like,
very disrespectful.
Who the fuck is this
That's
bitch?
the first issue.
So
also, I would have been guarding the equipment. What you about to do?
Yeah, because you sound crazy.
So we like, hey, baby, we doing a podcast, this and this. She's like, I don't care. Hey, yo, who the fuck is that? So then, whole situation happened. She was already loud, walking through the house. And shit.
Was she drunk?
Or on drugs? Or both?
No, she's been drinking. I don't know, other drugs, I don't know. But she was drinking a little bit. So everything died down, whatever. I'm in the shower. I hear a familiar voice, and I hear because she has a very distinct voice. And I heard our sister, our homegirl, my homegirl at the time. I heard her, and I'm like, so I cut out the shower. I'm like, that sound like arguing. And I heard them arguing. So I jump out the shower, I'm butt ass nigga. I'm like, shit. So I put on my clothes.
And when I'm outside,
he in drawers and shit. She like, cause what it was, cause
who was filming the podcast?
No, this is after.
This is filming the podcast.
Oh, y'all were taking a break.
No, it was done.
Oh, it was done.
That's why y'all were there. Cause I'm like, is this the OnlyFans version?
But we got a Patreon though. We got a Patreon. So after that, I stepped in, whatever. It was just more on. She was just drinking, and then our sister had to be at the airport at 7, but her car was blocked in. So we just told her, "Hey, can you move your car so she can park behind you?" So she got to get up in the morning so she don't have to wait nobody up. She said, "Nah, just go over this rock." I'm like,
"A rock,
bitch, a rock? What the fuck?" She was just being extra. So from that turned into, bitch, this and this and this. I call her Hawk. Our Hawk. A little hawk,
cause she's like tall.
She like 6'3".
Yeah,
she big. She stallion though. Stallion, very stallion.
6'3". Goddamn.
Yeah, Megan Stallion. That's my.
Future, your sister,
future wife. Okay. But anyway, so with her, she ended up swinging on her, punched her. In her
this
shit.
was an actual physical altercation.
Yeah, this shit got real.
So what were y'all doing when the ladies were fighting? Because I'm always curious when I see the fights with the girls and it's men around. Do y'all try to get in and referee?
Oh yeah, no.
Let them
I hopped in. I grabbed our scissors. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It felt like
6'3".
Shit. I had to move her out the fucking way.
She probably loves the gym too.
The girl who like my company, she lost her key.
Oh, that was the worst.
So she couldn't leave.
She couldn't leave.
So
and
we found the key. And we finally found, and then it was just like cool.
She went
if I was a sister, I would have called a tow truck, bitch. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And this car,
threw me
y'all gotta
off
move.
She kept saying, "Oh, I'm finna call somebody over there."
Yeah, that's what
I said,
like.
"Baby, bleep this out too." We the sweetest people in the world, but when it comes to our friendship,
and our safety,
people that we love, we gonna go to war.
Now, where did you pick this little hoodlum up from?
That's this out too.
How many bottles did she drink? At the club.
Not at the club, but at the house.
At that house?
She was gone.
She threw it back.
She was drinking liquor, champagne.
Fun fact, that's something you got to watch out for.
I was
Because
just about to
sometimes
say,
people cut up.
That goes back to the timing thing. When you don't be ready to really pay attention to people and their behaviors, you be getting people that be acting crazy. I can't tell you how many people I've looked at and be like, I cannot believe I used to deal with this person.
Same. Or I just always say I was really drunk during that era of my life. And
have you ever had a moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I remember one time I got on ATL Scoop and the dude was on ATL Scoop. There was like a shooting and he was like the shooter and I was like, I used to fucking him. This was a really bad time in life. Like he was a whole scamming ass drug dealer gangster man.
Damn.
There was a time
that would never happen today, but there was a whole time when I was just like, I don't care.
Drug dealer gangster man.
There was a time somebody had DM'd me. I didn't even remember this nigga who DM'd me, but he remembered me and he was like, yo, is such and such okay? And he sends me a video of this guy I used to talk to and he was like obviously having a bad trip off some drugs and he just looked so crazy. And it was a video that somebody else had posted on social media and it was like just making its rounds and I was like, I have no idea. I really want to be like Kiki Palmer, be like, I don't know who this man is. I've never seen him a day in my life, but obviously I don't know you. You know I know him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I was so embarrassed and then I just had to take a bath and go to bed and start over and pray and make sure that I continue to make better decisions because what the fuck happened?
I mean, guys go through that too because it's like, it's just, you know, it would be sad. It'd be the prettiest ones you date that be the craziest, and then they be like, "Dang, y'all broke up." Yes, you don't know.
You didn't see that shit coming.
Yeah, you don't know what's after that. What's under that mascara and that makeup? You just don't know, and they be looking cutest, fine as hell. But I just be like,
that'd be the most crazy.
That'd be like, yo, you just don't know, bro.
Do you have children?
No,
okay,
not yet. I want one. I want a son.
I want a kid.
But like
you don't have kids either.
No. But like I tell like my significant other or whoever I'm dating or whatever, I say, look, you see how your child is number one in your life, and I know no matter how much we be in love, we get married. Even if we get married, she's still gonna be or he or she or the children gonna be number one in your life. This business, what I do, that's gonna be number one in mine because this is my baby, and I explain that to them. I let them know like, hey, like, and I just found somebody that really just truly respects.
They get it.
I love that for you.
That's good.
Do you think you could date somebody who was also working somewhere like in entertainment but in the front, like wanting to do something where they're going to be seen? Could you date somebody like that, or would you prefer to date somebody who has no interest in anything?
If you make my peace, I don't care what you do. You could be in front of me. You could be in the back of me, in the middle, right there. I don't give a fuck. As long as you make me happy and we can help each other out, I'm not the type to be like, oh, she doing better than me. Nah, that's just gonna motivate me to, you know what I'm saying? Or even if I see she behind me and, you know, she went through the same shit I do, hey, baby, come on, we finna do this shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Because we gonna make this money together, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very, you know, yeah. Like, for me, I want to have kids, but I'm scared to have a kid. Why? Because I just don't want to bring them in this world knowing how I struggle and see how my parents, you know what I'm saying, struggle. That just will feel, man. I just like, I want to bring a kid going through that shit. So I'd rather just be on, like, you know, on my shit to, okay, now I'm stable.
Have a plan.
I have a plan.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And plan the baby.
Plan, baby.
Plan, baby, yeah. Cause I was a mistake. I ain't gonna lie. I was a mistake. I was a whole mistake.
I know I was. I've noticed a lot of younger people when I'm around the younger adults. I'm just like, y'all really just be talking about fucking TikTok all day. Like, y'all know it's real world out here, right?
Yeah.
You can go do things in real life. We don't. Just have to do TikTok dances.
Question, is this rude? How old are y'all?
How old do you think we are?
Y'all
Ooh, now wait a minute. You whisper this and you might need to cut this shit out. I'm gonna wave my hand.
Keep it. No, keep it. No.
How old do you think we are?
Gotta be 35.
What you think?
Gotta be 35 and up.
I am 44. I'm just playing. I'm 34.
We're both 34.
Yeah.
That's why I made that face. It's like, damn, birthdays didn't come yet.
Y'all
Cut this
34?
out. Yeah, we're 34.
You guys are young.
No,
I'm
but I'm
glad
saying,
you feel young because you made it sound old.
No. Let me say something.
Like we grandmas on the rocking chair.
No, y'all young. Y'all young
We
as
just had
hell.
a discussion, like, I think a podcast ago. Like, I love older women. Like, I love mature women. I love. Listen.
Let me get my AARP card and my life alert.
It's not older women. When people say that, I'm like, what is y'all talking about?
32.
Okay.
Oh, I would say like
not older. Okay. more mature women, because like I was telling somebody, like a 25-year-old, like Chasm.
Okay, more mature than a 25-year-old.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm thinking mature as in like 56.
No.
50.
Like
50.
Are you 50 for real?
I don't believe you.
Do I look 50?
You don't.
Exactly. See?
You lying.
He's lying.
He's lying.
He's definitely
You're
lying.
an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel more mature than I was at 25. Just even like the way I would think about some things, I was kind of mature in some ways, but not every way. And it's like as you get older, you grow. I think you calm down and you care less about what other people think and you get secure in yourself.
Look, women in their 30s are just the prize. Like they just know.
Well, yes, that
20s,
is
bro.
a
They
fact.
just get it. Because when some women are in their 20s, they don't know how to like how you were saying earlier, like, you know, like,
Yeah, fucking
like,
cook.
oh, it's okay. Look, we'll just get it up for another round. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll just be like, that's it. They'll leave. They'll post about it, tweet about it. You'll be a meme next year. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what? I think too, like when you're in your 20s and you're young, another reason why I love our show and what we share is that a lot of younger women, they don't have people that they can talk to that are gonna tell them like what's really going on and how you should really act, or just giving more real life perspective. And a lot of them are listening to stuff that they hear in music or in songs or seeing like glamorized lifestyles, and it's like they not living like that. They're entertaining you and you're thinking that this is how your life should be, and it's not until you actually live some life for yourself and stop trying to do what you think society wants you to do that you realize, okay, life is a little different.
Yeah.
What do I actually care about? Because I actually don't give a fuck about any of this stuff that they're telling me I should. And you get more comfortable in yourself. And so I also think like it's really important to find other women who will be open and honest. And so, you know, we're kind of like martyrs. We're just out there on the front line
Doing the Lord's
for
work.
the women, telling them about all the ups and the downs. Like it's not like every week is a great week. I get played all the time and I share it. And there's no happy ending on this side of the couch yet. So it's like, you know, I tell
Same
people
here,
and
shit.
it's like, you know, I make mistakes.
We
and
all
I be
do.
fucking up.
We
But
everybody
sometimes
makes
people,
mistakes.
Even people in relationships make. Sometimes it's like when you get in a relationship, people act like now you just got it all. No, nigga.
No.
So
this
you guys,
is our game.
Kiki and I came out with a game. It's called I'm Curious to Know. You can get it at I'mCuriousToKnow.com if you're interested in playing this game. It's one of those conversational games. Get to know who you with because you probably don't know them. Or you can take it on a date with you and pull it out. And
It'll help the conversation go along.
Okay. This is a boring one. Most of them are spicy, but some of them
Some of them
are-
is really meant for you to ask somebody who you
that's the
actually care about
instructions.
getting to know. And okay.
that was
Okay, well, I have a question for you guys. This is my favorite question. I ask a lot of our guests is, what's your favorite porn category?
BBW
BDSM.
midget mouth worship.
What?
Okay, here's the next one. I'm curious to know, has a significant other made you mad enough to damage their property?
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah.
The deep breath was giving yes.
Yeah.
I did it as a prank, but
This is
I
in
didn't
the
know how much.
YouTube
I
days.
didn't know how much makeup costs, and I put it in the bathroom in the a tub full of water.
I'm telling you,
You
right
poured it
now.
out?
No, I like opened it up and I just put it in the tub full of water and just
Like all of it?
yeah.
I'm surprised you're still breathing.
What would your most recent sex partner say about your sex skills?
I want to know what you got to say.
About my sex skills?
Yes, you heard it.
She would say it's very fun and rememberable.
Memorable. Well, that's our game. I'm curious to know if you guys are interested in purchasing it. Go to I'mCuriousToKnow.com and get it now.
Well, you guys can follow us at CockTales Podcast. I don't know when this episode comes out, but we are going on tour this fall. It's the last tour of the year. So starting September 29th in New York, then we'll go to Charlotte, Chicago, St. Louis, Philly, and DC on November 5th. So if this airs before then, please get tickets. If not, y'all just need to follow us so you can keep up with the next time we're going somewhere. And then also remember to get our game. I'm curious to know. You can follow me at Kiki Said So.
Also, don't forget to get Kiki's cookbook, Classy Based. Also, I travel and host very luxurious trips. Go to paradiseofvibe.com to check those out and travel with me. We're going to Tulum, then we're going to Brazil, then we're going to Fiji. So if you're interested in keeping up with me, go to at Coffee Bean Dean on Instagram.
Sweet. Huh? When the fuck are we going to go to Fiji? With that being said, if two mind readers read each other's minds at the same time, who's reading their minds? Find out next time on Every Day is Friday.